everybody, my name is Heidi and I'm coming to you from sunny Florida. If you are a new viewer, thank you for checking me out. I hope you like it, and if you do, click like and subscribe and see what I'm up to next. And if you're a returning viewer, I'm so glad you're here with me to chat about all my stitching journey. So welcome, this is episode 2. I got through episode 1 and here I am back again, so I enjoy doing it. Okay, before we get into the nitty-gritty stuff, you can find me, other than YouTube, on Instagram and Ravelry at Yonye Heidi, and there you can find what I'm up to also. So this is October. October is a busy month, and it's especially a month about breast cancer awareness. So I wanted to tell you an amazing story that is knitting related. I visit a senior about once or twice a week, and she is a long-time knitter for about 80 years. During the pandemic, we couldn't see each other, and then when things started getting a little bit better, I went back to visit her. And I said to her, hey, how's it going with your knitting? What have you been up to? And she said, stop knitting. There's nothing to knit for. I knit for all my grandchildren. They're not interested anymore. I have one great granddaughter, and I'm done knitting for her, so I have nothing to knit. I said, well, you know, I've been knitting for charity for about 6 years for an organization called knittedknockers.org. How about doing something like that? And I told her what knittedknockers.org is all about. It's an organization that makes and also delivers knitted prostheses for women that have had mastectomies, and instead of getting those heavy silicone prostheses, you can knit one, and it would be a cost-free, no expense to the woman that's interested or man, and we provide that as a free service. And I made them. I've been making them for about 4 or 5 years. So I said, would you be interested in doing something like that? You have a purpose. And she was piqued by the idea because, one, she has a sister who passed away from breast cancer, and 2, this would be something that she could do that's knitting related. So I provided her with the yarn. It's a Ultima cotton yarn, because that's all they want, for cotton. And I gave her size 4 double pointed needles. Now, with the knitted knockers, you can use a magic loop or you could use double pointed needles. She knows double pointed needles, and back then they didn't have circular needles, so that was going to be more difficult, I think, for her to start. So I gave her the double pointed needles. Can you believe a 91-year-old woman using double pointed needles? Just amazing. So anyway, I gave her the pattern, and right away she picked it up 1, 2, 3. And the next thing you know, she knitted about 20 of them. So while I was there, and I collected them, and while I was there, her son called up and asked what she's doing. She goes, oh, I'm making these knitted knockers. And he was curious about what they were, and she told him. And she passed the phone over to me. And I spoke to him, and he says, listen, I live up north. I can't be with my mother, but I'd like to be some kind of involved with her, and I'd like to offer, to buy the yarn for your knitted knockers. I was like, oh my goodness, that's very generous of you. He insisted, so I went to the yarn shop, my local yarn shop, Sheepfills in Lauderhill, Florida, and I bought about 10 skeins of Ultima cotton, and then I brought it back home. She started knitting like crazy, and the next thing you know, she knitted about 80 of them. And I took them, I sent them off to the organization, knittedknockers.org, and 80 of them. Can you imagine? What's so amazing about this story is everybody benefited from it, okay? Her son got to be involved with his mother, even though he's a distance away. He got the yarn. I went to the local yarn shop. I supported them by buying the yarn there. Me and my senior knitted them up, 80 or more, and we sent them to the organization. The most important part was that these women are getting these knitted knockers that makes them feel more comfortable and more like a woman to use them. And even if there was 80 women, they all got one. That's 80 women that got these knitted knockers. And even if we gave 2 to each woman, that's 40 women. 40 women that their lives are a little bit easier. It's just an amazing story. So everybody benefited. It's a win-win situation, and we love doing it. Rose, my senior, felt great about doing it because it's a tribute to her sister, and she did something to help other women. I just love this story. Anyway, so we've done a lot of them. And now I'd like to know from you guys, other than this organization, are there other organizations you knit for charity? I'd like to know. Comment down below if you know of any groups that do this, a different kind of charity knitting, because I'd like to try to do some other charity knitting. I've done blankets and hats before, but now I want to know if there's anything new or any groups that you know of. So comment below and let me know what kind of charities you knit for. Anyway, so let's get back to all the knitting stuff that I've been doing. Okay, and anything that I talk about will be linked below. And if I forget something, just let me know and comment down below. Okay, I have some finished objects. And the first one I'm going to get to, because it's breast cancer awareness, is this beautiful shawl I made. I made it like 3 years ago, but it's pink. So I wanted to bring that on since it's breast cancer awareness. This shawl is called Therapy. I got the pattern, believe it or not, and this is so apropos, from from the Rhinebeck Sheep and Wool about 3 years ago. It is gorgeous. It was used with Miss Babs yarn. Actually, it was one of their patterns they listed in their booth. And I'm trying to think who it's from. Oh, it's made by Laura Ayla. That's the designer. Laura Ayla. But these is Miss Babs yarn, with the color Deep Aquarius, and the other color, the pink, is called Adobe. I used a size 4, and it's 100% superwash merino wool. It is beautiful. I'm going to put it on just to show you how beautiful this shawl is. Anyway, I'm going to link this down below, and it's so soft. Miss Babs yarns are beautiful. And that's my shawl that I made for that. That's pink. I don't do a lot of pink. It's not my color on me. But these colors go gorgeous together. So I did that. Okay, my next finished object are some socks. Here they are. Okay, I did a test knit with these socks from Knit-A-Cast Creates, and it's called the Pinstripe Sock Pattern. I'll show one up close. Beautiful pattern. It's so much fun. I love the look of it with a lot of slip stitches. Okay, I did this test knit. I use size 1 US 2.25 millimeter needles. I do 56 stitches around because that's more my size. I'm a size small. And the yarn is called Earth Yarns. I don't know the colorway. I think I threw out the tag, but it's by Earth Yarns. Go check a pattern out because it's been newly published, and it's a real fun pattern, and I love the look. It is so cool. And that's the Pinstripe Sock Pattern by Knit-A-Cast Creates. So that was a fun knit. Okay, the next one, my Musselburgh hat. This was knit with a yarn that I got in Portland, Oregon when I went to see my son. The yarn is called Knitted Wit, and the color is Peacock. Size 3. Now it's cool. I'll put it on first. Okay. There, so cute. What's cool about the Musselburgh hat is I'm going to take it out. Look at it. It's so huge. You increase and you knit, 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 decrease, and you get this big, long, I don't know what you call it, just a big, long sock. And then you tuck half of it in, and it's like a double knit. Such a cool hat. Okay, it's a Musselburgh by, I always mess her name up, Isolde Teague. Isolde Teague. This is very popular all over the place. So this was a fun knit. I can honestly say I'm done with it. It takes a little while to do all the knitted, stitches up to 18 inches, but you do while you talk. And I'm gonna send this off to my son. Oh, I did a boo-boo on it though. I wanted to soften up the yarn, so I wanted to block it. I didn't feel like it needed to be blocked, but because the yarn was a little bit, rough, I wanted to soften it up. Well, bad mistake. I did that, and the next thing you know, it grew a little bit bigger. So I was like, oh my goodness, it's so big. So I tried everything. I re-wet it, put it in the dryer, hoping it would shrink. It didn't do it. So for my son, he'll either wear it as a slouchy hat, or you could always put the rim up, make a rim on it. And that's it. But it came out beautiful nonetheless, and I hope he likes it. Okay, my next finished project are fingerless mitts that I'm going to give to my sister's boyfriend's daughter. There we go. She liked the pair that I made my sister, so she wanted a pair of fingerless gloves. So what I did was I went on I searched Ravelry, and I found a simple pattern. It's called the Canberra Mitts pattern, and it's by Emily Walton, and I got it on Expression Fiber Arts. It was a free pattern. Anyway, this was so easy. Fingerless gloves really knit quickly. This colorway and the yarn is called Queensland Rustic Tweed, and the yarn colorway is Midnight. Here they are. I used a size 5. I did knit them on DPNs, double pointed needles, because it's not that many stitches, and I really like working with DPNs. What was cool about this pattern is you knit, stockinette in the round on DPNs. Then when you do the thumb, after you do everything, you do the thumb last, you take it off. She told you to put the mitt inside out and do the thumb, pick up the stitches for the thumb. And I guess she wants the look of having the garter stitch on the other side. You could do either one, you could wear them either way, but frankly, I like the knitted look on the other side best. So I'll give it to my sister to give away with the knitted side. She could flip it if she wants. It doesn't matter. You'll never know. So that's my other finished project, and I hope she likes it. Okay, that's it for finished projects. So I was kind of busy. I got how many? 1, 2, 3 finished projects, and then I pulled out the shawl that I did like 3 years ago because it was pink. Okay, what am I doing next? My works in progress. Okay, I'm still working on the baby blanket. This is called the Fences blanket. Let's see how far I got. Okay. Oh, not too bad. I did about 3 inches. Oh, look at the little sheep progress keeper. The little sheep progress keeper I got from White Rose Fiber Company. They're so cute. There was about a set of 4 of them, I think. So this is the Fences blanket, and I used Carlton yarn, and the size needle I think is a size 7. It's 100% acrylic. It's a baby blanket. That's fine. They can wash it, do whatever they want with it. And I'm doing with this blankets. I'm not a big fan of making blankets because they take so long and they get a little monotonous. So I'm doing 30 minutes of knitting with this every few days just to keep nipping away at it. And it's growing. It's growing. So, okay. My next project is a half-finished project, and I love this one. This is my socks from the Spooky Sock Make-Along that I'm participating in. I love this look, and I did something different with it. Okay, the sock pattern is called dripping sock pattern. I'm trying to think who this is from. This is by, I think Kristen Drucker. Kristen Drucker. This is a real fun pattern. I use a size 1, 2.25 millimeter needle on 2 circulars. I'm doing it. And the colorway is, one is from Moonglow Yarn Company, and the colorway is the Crazy Sock Cauldron sock set. Love it. These are about 7 colors in there, but you don't use that much of each color. And then to make it a little spooky, I put orange on the toe section. Can I tell you what I love about this pattern? You hardly have to do any counting. I did counting for the cuff, 15 rows. But with this part, the leg, all I did was for the color repeats, I just did the colors twice. No counting. You follow it and you do it twice, no counting. Then I have a great tool for the foot. You say, oh, but then do you count for the foot part? Well, I don't count anymore because this is the best tool. If you're a sock knitter, the best tool, a sock ruler. This is great. You put it from the heel down to the foot part. You see how far you are, and then you mark it down, just say 6 inches, and then you start your toe, and you know with the toe, no counting is involved. You just go down until you get the stitches before you have to do the Kitchener. This sock ruler I got from the Crazy Sock Lady Company, crazysockladyco.com, and she had them there, and it's the best tool I could ever get, especially when I knit a lot of socks. I started sock 2 on this. Didn't get too far. Actually, I was getting far. I made a boo-boo, and I ripped it all out and started from the beginning. Look at this cute little ghost holding a pumpkin progress keeper. That's from 3 by the Sea. Her progress keepers are so cute. So I'm on my way with sock number 2. I can't wait to get them done. I have to get it done by October 31st. I think that's when the knit along ends. That's it. Check out that pattern. Hardly any counting if you have one of those sock rulers. Just the cuff. And the cuff, I can count 15 rows without marking it down. It's easy for me to see, but if not, you just mark it down. And the orange at the end. Love this. Can't wait till it's done so I could wear them for Halloween. Not that I'm going to do that in Florida, but maybe I'll put them on for a little bit. Okay. The next work in progress. This is a long-term plan, this project that I have coming up next. It's called the Coziest Memory Blanket. This is a scrappy blanket. Here it is. Can't get all of it. But I'm on row 5 now. Yep, I started another row. I'm using all my fingering weight scraps along with some fingering weight scraps from a friend of mine, Esther. We're both swapping our fingerings scraps so that we could add more to our blanket because this is going to take forever. No joke. Anyway, I think I did 16 squares across, and just keep going up until it's a blanket enough. So this is long-term plan, this one. I love it because you do each square separately, and they really only take about 30 minutes. Boom, boom, it's done. And they're fun to add on. It's not a hard project to do with this blanket, with mitered squares. So much fun. Because I'm not a blanket maker because they're a little boring to me, and they take a long time. But with these squares, 30 minutes, you're done with this square, and you can make a couple of them. And then another thing I could do while talking to my friends. The only thing is, there's a lot of weaving. But you know what? I just learned how to do the weaving Steven way to weave in your tails. And that I seem to be liking to do. And I won't have as many tails now going forward. So that's my Coziest Memory Blanket. It's by, what's her name? I have it here. Okay, by Kemper Ray. I also used the size 2 needle. You can use straights, it doesn't matter. Just a size 2. Okay, the next project, okay, this is a spoiler alert. I'm working on my Stephen West geolography. If you do not want to see Clue 1, this is Clue 1 because I didn't get to Clue 2 yet. If you don't want to see it, walk away. I'll count to 5 and then I'll bring it out because I want to show everybody who's not doing it or some people who are on here and just not that interested in knitting but they want to see what my YouTube channel is about. They might want to see this. Anyway, counting to 5, go away and then you can come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, here we go. It is so beautiful. Look at that. This is Clue 1. I didn't get finish it yet. I'm almost there. A lot of I-cord edging, I-cord in the middle. It is gorgeous. I love the way the green, that's my poppy color, pops out. I love this purple, magenta type color, all of it. I just love it all. So I'm getting far. This is a Stephen West geolography make-along. And I'm only on Clue 1. Clue 2 just came out, but I'm taking my time with this. I don't care about the timeline. I'm enjoying it. It gets done when it gets done. I'm doing it for the journey. I'm not doing it for the race. I just want to take my time with it because I got other things to do. And then I don't want to get frustrated with that by doing so much of it, not doing my other stuff. Okay. Sad story. My pumpkin that I was making the last time, that's it. Say goodbye to it. I don't like doing it because not the pattern. The pattern is beautiful, fun. The yarn, El Stinkerooey. I'm not doing it. I don't look forward to using this yarn. It bothers me. It itches me. Matter of fact, I'm ripping it now. Goodbye. Not interested. But don't fret. This is a pumpkin. It's going goodbye-bye. I have an acquisition I got. And that's going to fill that void with the pumpkin for Halloween. It's my Yonye Subscription Box came in. Oh, I can't wait to show you this one. This is Yonye Subscription by Vicki Howell. Comes in this turquoise box. And let me show you what's inside. I love her boxes. She supports women makers and everything that's in there is so much fun. First of all, she always puts in beautiful tissue paper. And a little hint or a little tip, I take that tissue paper out and I use it for another gift. Because it's always something fun, colorful that you don't see in the stores. So I save it and I put it in a gift bag when it's time for me to do a gift for somebody. Okay, this is what came in it. It's to make a pumpkin. A felted pumpkin. How fun is that? So this is the booklet that she gives you in there. And it gives you, another thing I love about her is it gives you directions for knitted. And there's also a crochet pattern. So if you're a knitter or crochet, both is in here. And her instructions are great. And she also lists all the makers that participate in this particular box. So every box has a list of who did what, where you can get it, and where it came from. So this is the yarn that I'm going to use. It's Zombie Yarns by Lorna Dies Again. Oh, I guess that's the name of the colorway. Lorna Dies Again. I'm going to make the pumpkin with this. It feels like it's definitely either an Aran weight or worsted weight. Let me see what it's made with. It is, yeah, 100% wool. If it's going to be felted, it's usually 100%. I don't know what size needle. I just got it. I don't know. I have to check the gauge because I will check it because I don't want to run out of this yarn. I don't know where it comes from. I have to go look in her directions. Okay, so that's the yarn. I'm going to make a felted pumpkin. Then the additional thing she gives you. This is probably why I bought why I subscribed this month. Are these scissors that came with it with pumpkins on them? Oh, I love these accessories. These things always make me smile. It just adds to your knitting or crocheting. They're fun. Pumpkins. Scissors, another pair of scissors. I could always use more scissors for every project. Put in every bag. And then the last thing that's in here is a lip balm. Again, by a woman maker. Oops, it fell. Oops. And what's cool about it is it's the spice, the flavor is pumpkin spice. So all about pumpkins in the fall in this Yonye subscription. So that's what it is. I can't wait to start it. Now that I showed you guys, I'm starting it either tonight or tomorrow and have it done by Halloween. I just hope that I do the felting properly. I only felted once or twice, and that's where you have to put it in the wash, let it agitate, and then when you take it out, it shrinks down. So I'll let you know how that goes the next time I see you. So that's one acquisition. So goodbye to that pumpkin that was driving me crazy that I wasn't looking forward to it. But this one I am looking forward to. So excited to see that one. Okay, more acquisitions. I'm a big fan of Progress Keepers because to me, Progress Keepers is like an accessory, like jewelry on my knitting. And I love accessorizing. So I bought a couple more from the Nitty Witch. And I'll link all that below. This one's a crystal ball. And this one is a teapot. She packages it so nice. She puts it on there. And, oh here, she even included a stitch marker with a rose. So pretty. And a beautiful thank you note and this nice pink bag. So nice. Meanwhile, I've been dying to use one of these, but I wanted to show you guys first. So that's it, a crystal ball. She has different colors, pink, but I always lean towards blue, greens, and the teapot. So feminine and pretty. I got that. And the other acquisition I got, another Progress Keep. I wanted something a little fall. I didn't want any more, I don't want a pumpkin or a, ghost or anything Halloween-like. I wanted fall, an owl. This, again, is by 3 by the Sea. I love her Progress Keepers. So I'm dying to put this on a project. Well, soon, now that I finished a lot of projects, I can start new ones. Okay. So that's all my works in progress. Now I want to tell you about some books that I've been reading. I told you about one last time. We Were the Lucky Ones. I'm still reading it. Nothing's changed with it. I got a little further with it. It's still a good book. If I'm still reading it, it means it's holding my interest. I'm the kind of person is reading is for pleasure. After a certain time, like 50 to 75 pages, if it's not holding me, goodbye. My time is valuable, so is yours. Start another book. So this one I'm still reading, We Were the Lucky Ones by Georgia Hunter. And then I started through my Love and Stitches membership, the book club there. Somebody recommended the Book of Lost Names. It's another Holocaust book that I'm reading. That's 2 of them. It is a little heavy on the heart, and I'm like, why am I reading both books about the Holocaust? Because it is very, it's heart-wrenching. But I have to say, this book is great, and I love the message. I'm almost towards the end. I got to get moving on it because the digital loan is ending soon. But it's another one, again, with the Holocaust and people that are being taken away. And but I love this one because it has not just about the Jewish people, but about the non-Jewish people that are helping them. So the non-Jewish people that are sacrificing their lives and doing illegal things to help the Jewish people, and the Jewish people that are also risking their lives to do illegal things. I don't want to go too much into it because it is a really good book, but I just love the fact that love has no color, no religion. love is just love. No color, no religion, no race. And that just shows in this book that love prevails. And, I'd like to see how it's going to end. But it's a good book. And I love the message. As heart-wrenching as it is, love does prevail. Okay. So those are my books. I'm going to list them down below also. And I'll just tell you a little bit about life this weekend. This weekend, it was my boyfriend's birthday, and his boys, 3 of them, came in from up north and surprised him. He had no idea that they were coming. So when he came to me and he walked in the door, I wished him happy birthday, his sons popped up. Well, the reaction, I couldn't believe it. I thought he was going to pass out. He leaned against the door and he was in shock. And the funny thing is, I just took a renewal of my CPR class. I just renewed it like 2 days ago. I was like a deer in headlights. Oh my God, am I going to have to use CPR on him? He almost passed out. And my mind went blank. I was like, thank goodness he came out of it and everything was good. So we enjoyed ourselves. Unfortunately, this never happened to him before. We went out to dinner. The next day, he got food poisoning and was sick as a dog. But he was a real trooper. His sons were in. You'd never know that he was sick as a dog. He did everything. But I tried something new that somebody suggested. One of his sons suggested, and I never did it before. Let me know if you ever tried it. It was called the escape room. I don't know if you guys ever did anything like that, but it is the coolest thing. If you have anything by you called at the escape room, what it is they give you a choice of a theme to go into a room. We had the choice of Sherlock Holmes, and we also had a choice of going to jail and solving the mystery of a bank robbery. It's almost like a mystery. It's like Clue, the game Clue. So we chose Sherlock Holmes. And when we go into this room, they tell us the story that Sherlock Holmes is missing. Your job is to find him, and you have to look for clues in the room. So they lock us in this room, the people at the escape room, and they locked us in, and we have to start looking for clues, finding papers, things on the wall, things on a bookshelf. And there was a chessboard. You had to know how to play chess, and they gave you directions, and hidden clues was on the chessboard. So we had to keep figuring it. And if you get stuck, they give you a walkie-talkie. You say, hey, we're stuck. Can you give us a hint for the next clue? And they would. And you only have an hour to figure it out. If the hour comes up, they come and get you, and you're done with the game. But we made it by the skin of, by the seconds. We had like 30 seconds left. We solved the clue, and we were able to unlock the door and escape. That's why they call it, I guess, the escape room. We loved it so much, we did 2 of them. The other one was kind of fun. We were looking for bank robbers, but instead we were thrown in jail. I guess they threw us in jail because, they tricked us and we got in jail, and we had to get handcuffed. So we were handcuffed, and the first part was to get out of the handcuffs. Me and my boyfriend couldn't figure it out. His sons, thank goodness, figured it out, and they undid us with the handcuffs. Then we had to get out of the jail cell. We were able to get out of the jail cell. One of the sons found the key. We got out. Then we had to look for all kinds of clues in there to unlock the door to get out of that room. That, too, was done within seconds, and we escaped that room. If not, the warden comes in and kicks us out. And that was it. It was such a fun thing to do. I highly recommend it. I had no idea what it was about. I thought the lights were going to be out. I thought it was going to be like a scary situation, but it really wasn't. It was so much fun. I suggested, go with somebody, or you have family that comes in, or relatives. It is a fun thing. So that's what I did this weekend. Other than that, nothing else is going on. I plan on doing some more of my shellography and starting some new projects since I finished those old ones. So thank you for chatting with me. I hope you liked this. And if you did, click the like button and subscribe, and you'll see what I'm going to be doing next. Have a great day, everybody. It was fun chatting with you, and peace to all you, and also lots of love in your life. Take care. See you next time.